Welcome to the Role Effect Podcast once again.
Yes.
My name is Milton and this is the lovely Felicia.
Yes.
Welcome, people.
Welcome. We're so happy to be joining you once again.
One more time.
One more time. How you been?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I can't complain. To be
About
honest with you.
nothing?
No.
What?
Look,
Hey,
I woke up this morning, so hey, you got to start.
that's very true. You did wake up this morning, so
Right.
that's a good thing.
You have a chance.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have a chance. You guys, we want you to consider liking, comment, sharing, and subscribing to the Roll Up At Podcast. We would greatly appreciate your support. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoy what you are seeing, and make sure you turn on that notification bell so you will be notified whenever we upload a new video, right?
Whenever we rolling out.
Whenever we rolling out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
True.
So you guys, we're just gonna get right into it,
Ooh,
right?
I get nervous when she say that. Let's just dive in it.
We're gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
So let me just begin this with saying, have you ever just walked into this hallway we're going to call it the highway of life, right? So you come out of your bedroom. Let's just say you come out of your bedroom door and there's a hallway, right? And you shut the door behind you and you go to the next door, but it is tightly shut and locked. And you kind of knocking at the door trying to get somebody to open it. Like, open this door. But you can't seem to get into that door. So you're right in the hallway, in the middle of what you left behind to where you want to go. So that is what we're going to talk about, in the middle. Everybody talks about the big wins and the breakthrough, but nobody talks about the messy, the stretching middle, the middle. So we're going to talk about that, in between seasons, in the middle. You ready?
Yeah, I kind of, that was good how you put that.
But are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
It's the Roll Effect. We talk love, we talk faith. God first, couple.
Let's do it, baby.
Let's dive in.
Let's go. What you got?
Well, no, when you were saying that, I just kept thinking, most people will talk about the wins.
Yeah.
The beginning,
Yeah.
But they don't talk. I translate that in the middle is the struggle.
In the middle.
Yeah. So I don't know why I don't get enough, because that's where major decisions need to be made, whether you make it or not.
So when you're in this season of waiting, because this is a waiting room, the middle is like a waiting room. You're waiting. You're not where you were. You're in the middle, but you have a dream of dreaming bigger. So you want more, and you're dreaming for more, and you're praying for more. But right now, God has you like in the middle. This is your season, in the middle. What do you do when God has not said yes to your big dreams yet, and you're stuck in the middle? Are you the type person that try to knock that door down, or, kind of get the safety, like a
Jimmy rig it?
Yeah, like try to pick it or try to kick it down? Or do you just wait? What are you, what person are you?
Well, I used to fit all of those profiles, but the person that I am now is, I'm not Jimmy rigging it, and I'm not really knocking on that door like that. I'm waiting until the right time. But that's through growth. But I did the other two very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know any better.
What happened when you knock the door down yourself?
Well, because you're too anxious. You didn't consult.
Well, what happened?
And most of the time, it's too soon.
Yes.
And then failure. And then you have to learn from that. So
That's the word.
Yeah.
It fails because you're trying to open a door that God has not yet decided to open for you. And there's a reason for a waiting period. There's a reason for that because it takes growth and it takes maturity to go to the next level of whatever it is that you're trying to go to. And God knows that. He knows that you might say you're ready, but he knows that you're probably just really not ready for that season yet. So being in the middle is hard because you ever look at social media, like your timeline of friends, and it seemed like everybody is having their breakthrough. You know, like everybody seemed like they winning. They seem like they just winning. And you're like, I'm just sitting here, God. I'm waiting. But then comparison kind of kick in because you're comparing yourself and like, okay, what am I doing? What am I not doing? What could I be doing? What should I be doing? Because now you're comparing yourself because your breakthrough has not yet come. So what do you do when you're looking at your friends or whomever and it seems like they're growing and you're not quite there yet?
Well, first thing I think of is what's for you is for you. Mm-hmm. And all the time when you see people on social media, it doesn't necessarily mean just because they look like they happy and won that they won.
Right.
Sometimes it's all a front.
Yes.
You know,
I
you find
agree.
out somewhere down the line. So you got to be careful of that, of trying to keep up with the Joneses, because
Yes.
what's for you is for you.
Yeah.
You know, and you just got to pray about that thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I definitely think, that you got to be patient in this whole situation. And the other thing I thought about too, it's almost like when certain babies can't get out of the hospital too soon, they're in the incubator. Mm-hmm. It's because God is still preparing them. They came out too soon. Mm-hmm. So he's got them in that waiting room until they're healthy enough to move forward and deal with the environment that's out there waiting on them.
That's right.
So that's kind of how I think that
That's
process
right.
is.
So how do you go from what I wrote? You know, I wrote my notes down. How do you go from frustration to perspective? How do you move from frustration to perspective?
That's very hard for a lot of people, but I'm going to just say from my experience, I've learned that frustration does nothing but injure the soul. Mm-hmm. It causes you to go in depression mode and all that. Mm-hmm. You're too anxious and you ain't supposed to be that. Mm-hmm. So it really, it's really not good for you. Mm-hmm. So it's good to pray about it, wait, and of course, you got to be connected in order to know when to move. Mm-hmm. Other than that, you just operating off of you.
Yeah.
And failure can happen by you forcing those doors open.
Right.
Some doors are meant as a blessing to be shut and locked.
Absolutely.
And pray that you never
That's
go through
so
that.
true.
Because if you go through that, you'll never recover sometime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why you got to be prayerful about it. And you can't be anxious about it because you might be still in that incubative position.
Yeah. And you know, here's my perspective on it. Like from frustration to perspective, right? So I feel like I'm always in a season of waiting. I feel like I'm always there because I'm a dreamer. So I dream a lot. I dream of different things that I want, to happen in my life, different bucket lists of things that I want to accomplish and places I want to go, things I want to do. And so I feel like I'm always in a waiting season. But what's crazy enough is the reason why I shift from frustration to perspective is because I know where I was and I know what he brought me to.
Okay,
right?
Point. Yeah.
So it's easy for me to wait without being frustrated because I've seen what he did in my life. Mm-hmm. I've seen him move when nobody else was available. I've seen the goodness of God in my life. I've seen where we had an empty space with no furniture and we have a house full of furniture that we had to give away. I've seen all of this happen in my life. So I know that if he did it, then he can do it again. So for me, I'm always, it's the frustration part for me. It's no longer, because I know that I have a God that hears my prayers and he hears my heart. And so he knows exactly where he wants me to be, when he wants me to be. And you know, it's really crazy. I was thinking about it as preparing for this episode. What's crazy is that I used to dream about being on Oprah, you guys. Like, I was like, I'm going to have my book and I'm going to go on Oprah and I'm going to be talking about my book. And when I was doing this thing, now Oprah has retired, you guys. She's retired, although she have a little segment, just one-on-one kind of thing. But Oprah has retired. And I was like, when I was preparing for this, and I was like, I never knew that I was going to be the person with the mic. And I'm like,
so you the Oprah.
I never thought about me being the person with the mic.
Right.
Like, I was thinking about somebody else having the mic and I'm answering the questions. And then my spirit said, but you have the mic now. So with that being said, then I can talk about my book myself.
Yeah.
I can do those things. And it's crazy how you dream one dream and God said, no, this is not what I want for you. Because the things that we want, you guys, is God has to put those in perspective. You know, like you have like, let's just use the teenagers because I have some in my house. Oh my God.
Ooh, don't
and
look
they
so
are
happy about
they are so opinionated about a lot of things. They're very, very opinionated. And I have a 5-year-old, right? And so she, although you have structure there and you try to say, okay, no, you can't have this snack, because if you have this snack, then you're not going to be able to eat your dinner because you're going to be too full, and you give her all the rules because it is protecting. Or you can't go to this area and hang out with your friends for teen night because it's going to be some situations that's probably going to go down. And I have to look at you in a sense that I have to be protector right now. So that's going to be a no. That's how God sees us, and that's how he looks at us, right? It's like, you're my child. I know what's best for you. I know when to say no, when to say yes, when to say maybe, when to say not right now, maybe soon. But right now, let me see how you do where you are, right?
I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you what you need.
Yes.
And to your point, when we're in the middle and you're trying to make decisions, what was my thought process on that? It was something. I'll get back to that. But that's what I wanted to say, but I'll come back to that. I just lost it all of a sudden. Like,
just break through when you want to say it.
Okay.
But
because it'll come.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I got it. I'm
okay,
sorry.
go.
So when you're in the middle, like you said, you knew where you come from. The old folks used to say, don't forget where you come from. Because you can use that as a reference point to move forward. Because you're on a different level than you were, right? And God has showed you the way to get halfway. So now all you have to do when you frustrated, it ain't working for you quick enough, just think about where you were to how he done brought you to where you at.
Yes.
And that should give you strength.
And I think sometimes we don't think about that.
No, that's why you never forget where you come from.
Yeah.
And from time to time, you always bring up when we didn't have anything in the apartment or whatever. You just look around because you remember. I
remember. And especially those things that you want to remember. Some things you want to forget, for sure. That doesn't serve you well. That is bad and a bad thought or something like that. But what we're talking about is something that shows you the goodness of God and how faithful he is, right? So just to talk a little bit about what we was talking about where he had brought us from. It was once upon a time, we just made sure that the kids had a bed. Our mattress was on the floor. Mm-hmm. Our mattress was on the floor. We didn't have an entire bedroom suite and all this different things. We didn't have living room furniture. We didn't have a kitchen table. And then eventually somebody gave us a kitchen table. And then we got a living set from, I don't know where or whatever. But things start being pieced together. Mm-hmm. And then after a while, we got rid of that. We gave it away. I think we gave some furniture.
About 2 or 3 sets away.
We've given so much furniture away because God continuously blessed.
Right.
And so every time we give it away, he blesses us with something else. And so when I'm walking in my house now and I look back, I just be looking at all the furniture, all the wall paintings, all the things. And I'm like, God is so good because I remember where I was.
And not to mention the furniture that's in the storage.
Yes.
It's like overflow. Like,
it's so much furniture, you guys. We can't put another piece nowhere. And it's amazing because we didn't have anything at one point in our lives. So I know in my waiting season, it's a reason that God is saying, not right now. Wait. You got to wait for this. So, what is in your waiting season, right? How do you keep from just because you're waiting doesn't mean that you just don't do nothing in that waiting season.
Yeah, you don't go dormant.
You can't just okay, since I have to wait, I'm not going to do anything. Mm-mm. That's not what the wait is for.
No.
So what do you think you need to do in the seasons of waiting and still showing God that you're faithful where you are and you're going to continue to do the work until he opens the door that you need to go through?
Well, it's just that you have to have a relationship with God. You have to continue to pray about what you want and be able to listen. Mm-hmm. So that when it's time to make that move, you can make that move. Mm-hmm. So it's a constant, for me, it's a constant communication. And I'm listening and I'm looking and I'm seeing things, how they move, so that I can make sure I make the right move. Mm-hmm. And you'll know, I mean, even if you need confirmation, it's okay to ask for that.
Yes.
Because some people are hard-headed like me, and I ask direct, can you please show me how to do this?
Yeah.
And when it's rebelled, I can feel a relief off of my pressure and off of my back. And I'm moving at that point because I know for a fact that can only come vertical from God. Yeah. Of my answer. Yeah. So just continue praying but anticipate without being so anxious. Yeah. That could trigger stuff.
Yeah. I remember I give you an example of just what it was like a couple of days ago. YouTube has this kind of platform thing when you're on YouTube, and at some point you can be monetized, which means that you can make money by doing certain videos and having so many people watch it. So at one point it was 4,000 watch hours that you would have to receive in order to be monetized. The other day, a thing came out where YouTube now have made that 8,000 watch hours. Now, 4,000 watch hours was already a stretch. That's a lot of hours. And so people, small content creators like myself, that's kind of hard to reach immediately. Mm-hmm. Now they've made it 8,000 watch hours, which seems crazy. So the other day when I saw that come through, I saw the comments under that and people was losing it. People was like, I'm about to hang this up. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm done. They don't want you to succeed. There's no way. This is not possible. This is unreachable.
Wow.
And so when I was seeing those things, my spirit said, shut it off. So I shut it off. I'm like, I cannot get distracted by the noise. And sometimes the noise is so loud, you got to shut it down. Because what I do know is God can put 8,000 watch hours in a second if he wanted to, right?
Yeah.
So I already know that who I'm serving is bigger than that situation. So when he said, cut it off, I cut it off. I didn't look back at it no more because I'm like, don't you get distracted by that.
I remember you was telling me about
Yeah.
that. And I heard you, but in my mind right then, I was like, what did I say? We gonna keep going?
Yes.
We don't care about this. But what I wanted to bring up, since I'm such a geek tech guy, when you said you shut it off because right at that point you're hearing the noise.
Yeah.
That's just like we're recording an audio. If it's distorted, you don't quite hear the full message. So God works when it's quiet. You don't need to hear the noise because you can easily be manipulated to join that bandwagon.
Yes.
And next thing you know, you're not putting the work in like you used to.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you're like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
Now you doubting yourself.
Yes.
And the door may be right there and unlocked, but you ain't kept going a few more times to get to the promised
Get to
land.
your promised land.
So be careful of what you hear, what
Yes.
you take in.
What you
That's
take
why you
in,
got to be
absolutely.
prayerful and you got to get away from the noise.
Yes, for sure. Because had I got caught up in that, I would have been like, oh Lord, da 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 da. But making money is great if we can make it on YouTube. But like Milton said, when I was telling him about it, he was like, we're not focusing on money. We're not going to worry about that. We did this for a purpose, and this was for our kids, not grandkids, to have something for us and to have a resource to go back and pull from.
Right.
So we doing it for a different reason. To be monetized would be great. Of course, I'm not saying that.
No, it'll come.
But it'll come when it comes, and I
Right.
cannot be distracted. So right now, I'm in the middle.
And
We're in the middle
we're
right
in the
now.
middle, but you could be in the middle and somebody else in the same middle, but they distracted
Yeah.
and discouraged.
You know, you be distracted from some stuff and then you give up and you quit
Right.
and your breakthrough is right
Right,
there.
what's right there.
You cannot take your eyes off of the cross. Because if you take your eyes off of the cross, you get distracted. I always like to refer back to Milton when we was in the car, and I said this before. This is something that has stayed with me forever, and it's probably going to stay with me forever. And you're probably going to hear me say it multiple times, but I was kind of frustrated about something. I don't know what it was, but I was frustrated, and he said, You know, when horses run races, they put blinders on them. And the reason why they put blinders on the horses is so they won't be distracted by the side vision of things. Mm-hmm. All they want is for the horse to run the race, meaning all he can do, or she can do, is just look forward. So it's tunnel vision. So you just look forward. And that is what it is when we're focusing our eyes on the cross. And what is so significant about this, what I'm saying to you, is that think about the cross. Jesus was in the middle. He was in the middle.
Oh, that's good, babe. That's good.
He was in the middle. So in the middle of the hallway where you're waiting, just remember Jesus was in the middle, but his breakthrough came in 3 days. So if your breakthrough can come, it will come. It may not happen in 3 days, but keep focusing on the middle and keep seeing Christ. Right.
And complete the mission like he did, even though his cup was full and he wanted the Father to take all of that from him. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's going to get hard in some instances, but the harder it gets, a lot of times you're getting close to where you need to be.
You're getting closer to your breakthrough.
And so you need to be mindful of that, and don't listen to the noise, because the noise is going to come from your family.
Yes.
Sometimes your husband and wife, children,
Yeah.
whoever, they might not be acting like you want them to be, but you want to stay focused on something that keeps coming back to visit you.
Yeah.
That you need, that's your purpose.
Yes.
And it's your purpose. It ain't your friends and your sister purpose. So sometimes you got to kind of not be as verbal either.
Yeah, sometimes you got to move in silence. You got to move in silence. And when it's time to move, you move. And so sometimes that quiet growth is what you need. And sometimes God is saying, I'm just trying to see if you're mature enough to handle certain situations that I want to put you before people. I want to put you in the, where you will be able to talk to multiple people, a multitude of people, maybe even. So you just have to just keep baking until he's ready for you to walk through the door.
Till you're done.
Till you're done. Till you're done. Keep baking.
Right.
But you guys, that is what we want to talk to you about, that in-between season. So if you're that person and you're frustrated, you feel like you've just been there so long and you don't know how
to get out of
this situation, understand that your timing is different from God's timing. I'm reminded of was it Sarah who had the baby in her old age? And she was not patient because she didn't think that it was going to happen. And a promise was made to her and her husband, but she just wanted to do it herself. But the promise still was fulfilled. Okay. So what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter the time. It doesn't matter the length of time. When God promises something to you, it will be fulfilled. Period. There's no one that can stop that. Right?
Nobody.
So,
except for you.
For you, unless you want to break down the door yourself.
Right.
And go down a different road that he had planned for you. He's going to let you do that. But in all honesty, just be anxious for nothing and just wait on the Lord. He would never fail you. He would never leave you, nor will he ever forsake you. I promise you that. Is there anything else you want to say to the people?
Yeah, so no matter where you at in that hallway, always think that you don't want to go backwards.
Yeah.
Because you're already ahead of going backwards. But complete the mission, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no use in giving up. You already halfway winning the race.
Halfway there.
And like, I love the part of, move in silence.
Yeah.
When you pray in silence, and don't be around noise so you can hear. And these steps may be gradual, but as long as you moving the needle, you getting closer to your blessing and your breakthrough.
Amen. Amen and amen and amen. Well, you guys, we hope that you enjoy this episode of In Between, in the Middle. Replay it if you need to, just so that you can just get this in your spirit. Get it in your spirit. The middle might seem tough. The middle was tough for Jesus, but God did not forsake him. He didn't leave him. And that's what he wants us to know, is that I got you. If you are now, again, I want to always say, you need to have a relationship with God. Because if you, like Milton was saying, if you don't have a relationship with God, how do you expect to hear him? You can't hear him if you don't have a relationship with him.
No.
So let's try to get that relationship wherever you are, broken, damaged, messed up, anything. Try to have that relationship with God.
Amen.
Okay? So until next time, you guys, we want you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah. It's the role of faith. We talk love, we talk faith. God first, couple goals, ain't no room for the hate. We keep it